Hi everybody, Phil Stone here. This is my first YouTube video slash first YouTube channel, and I, like you, turn to YouTube whenever I need anything educational, informational, entertainment-wise. So late last year, in the summer of 2017, when I decided to get my real estate license, I turned to YouTube. Now, while there's no shortage of videos for, helping you pass the exam or marketing ideas for new agents, I didn't find any videos that truly detailed the process in a home-centric way. Like, I had nothing that was specifically for New Jersey and about the process of getting one's license. So my idea was this. As I go through the process and as I make my mistakes and as I learn becoming a real estate agent, I wanted to share that with other people so they would at least have a better idea of what to expect and what to look forward to. Now, going forward, I'd like to give you a little bit about my background and how I became a real estate agent. So I started out working for my mother's business, which happens to be a restaurant, at a very young age. I started washing dishes standing on top of a pickle bucket in the back. I bussed tables, I waitered, I did front of house stuff, but my calling was in the back, behind the lines, being a short order cook. And I loved the work. It was gratifying. I mean, it was hard, but it was fun. I got to eat all the free food I wanted. The social that I had with the customers and the employees was really cool. But I just developed this itch, I'd say in my late teens, early 20s, that I wanted a little freedom and I wanted to go do my own thing. So my mother being understanding, I went to go work with my buddy who knew of a construction company that was close, and he got me a job. So I got in there and I worked my ass off for 3 years. Just working crazy hours for very little pay, just killing it. I took every training possible. I gained every certification, designation that they could offer, that was offered. And I also attained my Class A CDL with all the endorsements, in hopes of driving the bigger trucks and making more money. So I worked there for 3 years. Life was good. I was making some money. I had my own apartment. The apartment I couldn't really afford, but it was an apartment, it was awesome. I had a set of wheels, which was nothing to look at, and I happened to meet a really nice girl. So, life was good. But, at the end of those 3 years, I kind of hit a glass ceiling at this company. It didn't matter what I did or how many more trainings I took or initiative I took, I just couldn't move up in the company. So they kind of left it with me that, if I didn't want to wait and put the years in required to, move out to the field and make more money, that I would just have to find it elsewhere. So reluctantly, I did. I found a competing company very close to them up the road, and I ended up working for them for about a year. Now, during that year, I just started to develop this, animosity towards working alongside other construction workers who happened to be in the union, and I wasn't in the union, and I was working just as hard, and they were making double, sometimes triple what I was making. So, being in New Jersey, a blue state, union state, I gathered up all of my paychecks and all my stubs, everything that proved that I had the required hours in my field to join the union, and I did that. So I gathered everything up, went down to the local laborers hall in Trenton, New Jersey, and they were able to bring me on with my expertise and experience to become a journeyman. And I went to work immediately. And now I know what most of you are probably thinking. You have that visual image of a union worker in your head, that you got that one guy down in the hall with a shovel and everybody else is watching. Now, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen often. It's once in a blue moon. The truth of it is, we get paid a really good wage to be uncomfortable and work like dogs. It's the truth. We kill ourselves out there. At the place I'm working at right now, a standard day for me would be getting up at 3 in the morning, driving an hour and a half out to Mount Holly where the construction yard is, picking up my truck, and then driving that truck up to one of the 5 boroughs. Usually it's Brooklyn, on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. If you don't make it to the Verrazano Bridge by 6 in the morning, you are screwed. So you get up there, work all friggin' day, fight the traffic. Once you're done, now you have to get back. And Staten Island, for anybody who commutes, is wonderful, So I do all that, drive all the way back to Mount Holly, drop the truck off, get in my car, come all the way back home. I'm lucky if I see my family, by 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So, yes, again, while we make good money, it's a comfortable living wage, you have to pay for it, so to speak. You work your butt off and you work a lot of hours. So, being in the union now, this is my 4th year, January of 2018. This is my 4th year in the union. And a lot's happened. In 2014, my wife and I, the girl I met became my wife. She said yes. We ended up buying a house in Ocean County. And I just wanted to share the details with you because this is going to be a real estate channel. In 2014, we bought a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,900 square foot home. It's a split level with central air and gas heat on a 1-car attached garage on a 100 by 150 foot lot. It was all fenced in. And we were able to get it for $231, which I thought was pretty damn good at the time, even now. And the taxes were a little under $4,000 a year, so it was doable for us. But now flash forward to today, I have twin boys. They're going to be 2 the 19th of January. Time flies. So, I mean, that being said, we bought our house, and I'm in the union, but I mean, as I look around now, being in my 4th year, when I look at these guys who've been in for 25, 30 years and they're able to retire, it's not something that I want to do. I mean, I look at these guys and they're shot. Their hands are shot, their wrists, their knees, their back, their feet, their lungs. It's a really hard lifestyle. I mean, combined with the hours and the elements and the physical toll it takes on the body. I guess I had another itch moment. I had another epiphany that this was not for me, this is not my calling, and this is not going to be me forever. I mean, it brings in enough money to pay the bills, but it's not my passion. So I knew by the last year, the summer was so freaking hot, I finally had the gumption, the drive to get up and finally follow my dream, which has always been to get into real estate. So by the end of summer of 2017, I started the process of doing that. And I am a licensed real estate agent now, working out of a brokerage, and I couldn't be any happier going forward. And I guess my passion for real estate, I know it sounds corny, but maybe it stemmed from me playing way too much Monopoly as a child. I don't know. But I mean, you guys have all played it, you know the rules, and it seems pretty simple. I mean, and my whole drive, my entire life, all I ever wanted to be was a landlord. And I know that sounds crazy. I mean, all people in my life told me I was absolutely insane for trying to become a landlord. I mean, you have people that would come in and not respect the property, not respect the lease, and then basically at the end of the day, I would be stuck with trying to evict deadbeat tenants. But I just know that just can't be the case for everybody. I mean, myself, for example, I rented at 2 separate locations for 2 different leases, and, I took pride in where I hung my hat. I always took very good care of the property. I took care of the outside of the property. I respected the lease to a T. And, I always left on good terms. And I figured my ideology was if I exist and I can do that and I can care, there has to be other people out there like me. They can't all be, deadbeats trying to move into an apartment to set up a meth lab. I mean, can't be. So, I wanted to go about it that way, but when I married my wife, I went ahead like every other normal American. We bought a nice single-family home for us to raise a family and settle down. The problem I'm facing now is, going forward, if I was to buy a second home, I mean, any major lender or financier, no matter how good your credit score is, would need at least 20 to 25% down to even entertain the idea of owning any kind of investment property. So I'm kind of in a position where, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have $40,000 to $50,000 just laying around to even get the deal done. I mean, maybe you guys do, I don't. So I was thinking, I should try to go through the front door of real estate by getting my license. Maybe I could bump some elbows and meet some people and learn the process. And, maybe, just maybe, I could sell a few houses and, save that money, build it up. Maybe I could take that money and then do my own deal and buy like a duplex, start small and, go from there. So that's where I'm at. I mean, right now it's my goal. This is what I want to do. And I've just figured that I would share my journey with you. I want to tell you guys everything in detail about how I started, how I went about it, everything that I did wrong, any mistakes, any pitfalls, and then, I'd like to help, empower and encourage people to try to take this on. If this is your goal and this is what you want to do, I mean, there's nothing stopping you. I mean, I'm going to be 31 in a couple weeks, and I don't know, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm moving towards something that I really want to do, and I'm looking forward to it, and it's exciting, and it doesn't seem like a drag. And I mean, that's great. I mean, even if I'm not a millionaire, you know, I don't care. I mean, you have to find something that you like and you look forward to and you love, and something that you want to get up every morning and go do and be the best at. And that's where this video series is going to come in. I just want to tell you guys about everything that I'm going through, the entire process, every single transaction, every little tidbit of information that I can find. I'd like to share with you guys and hopefully bring you along on this journey. And if you guys would like to, leave feedback to make these videos better or more informative, or if you have questions about anything particular, I'll do my best. If I do not know the answer to something, I will not stop until I find the answer, and I will get it back to you. So this is my video. This is my channel, and I'm hopefully it goes well, and hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll have more new content coming out as it comes. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, cool. Bye-bye.